So we are starting development, chapter 1, economics, class 10th NCRT. The idea of development, the idea of development or progress has always been with us. We have aspiration or desire about what we would like to do and how we would like to live. Similarly, we have idea about what a country should be like, what are the essential things that we require. Can life be better for all? How should people live together? Can there be more equality? Development involves thinking about this question and about the way in which we can work toward achieving these goals. This is a complex task, and in this chapter, we shall make a beginning at understanding development. You will learn more about these issues in greater depth in higher classes. Also, you will find answer to many of these questions not just in economics but also in your other course in history and political science. This is because the way we live today too influenced by the past. We can't desire for changing without being aware of these. In the same way, it is only through a democratic political process that these hopes and possibilities can be achieved in real life. What development promise different people different goal? Let us try to imagine what development or process is likely to be mean to different person listed in table 1.1. First of all, look at this picture. You want a car? The way our country is set up, all you can hope for maybe to one day own the rickshaw you pull. So here are different goals for different people. What are their aspiration? You will find that some column are partially filled. Try to complete the table. You can also add any other category of people. Next, landless, the category of person landless, rural laborer, and the development goal aspiration. For the landless rural laborer, more day of work and better ways. Local school is able to provide quality education for their children. There is no social discrimination, and they too can become leader in the village. So this is the goal for the this person. Prosperous farmer from the Punjab assured a high family income through higher support prices for their crop and their hardworking and cheap labor. They should be able to settle their children abroad. Farmer who depend only on rain, so proper rainfall and yes, harvesting, good harvest. A rural woman from a land owning family. From a land owning family, she may want freedom, security, or work. Urban unemployed youth, employment, most important. A boy from rich urban family, able to be a good student or settle in abroad or freedom or family business, etc. Business. A girl from a rich urban family, she get as much as freedom as her brother and is able to decide what she want to do in life. She is able to pursue her study abroad. An Adivasi from Narmada Valley, environment, forestation, etc. You can add here other group of people. So, having filled table 1.1, let us now examine it. Do all these persons have the same notion of development or program? Most likely not. Each one of them seek different things. They seek things that are most important for them. That is, that which can fulfill their aspiration or desire. In fact, all time, two person or group of person may seek different things which are conflicting. A girl expects as much as freedom and opportunity as her brother, and that he also share in the household work. Her brother may not like this. Similarly, to get more electricity, industrialists may want more dams. But this may submerge the land and disrupt the life of people who are displaced, such as tribals. They might reset this and may prefer small check dam or tanks to irrigate their land. So, two things are quite clear. One, different people, different person can have different development goals. And two, what may be development for one may not be development for the other. It may even be destructive for the other. Here, look at the picture. Those people don't want to develop, this man is saying, but the development goal for her may be different. Income and goals, other goals. If you go over table 1.1 again, you will notice one common thing. What people desire are regular work, better wages, and decent price for their crop or other products that they produce. In other words, they want more income. Besides seeking more income one way or the other, people also seek things like equal treatment, freedom, security, and respect of other. They resist discrimination. All these are important goals. In fact, in some cases, this may be more important than more income or more consumption because material goods are not all that you need to live. Money or material things that one can buy with it is one factor on which our life depends. But the quality of our life also depends on non-material things mentioned above. If it is not obvious to you, then just think of the role of your friend in your life. You may desire the friendship. Similarly, there are many things that are not easily measured, but they mean a lot to our life. These are often ignored. However, it will be wrong to conclude that what cannot be measured is not important. Okay? Consider another example. If you get a job in a far off place, before accepting it, you would try to consider many factors. Apart from income, such as facility of your family, working atmosphere, or opportunity to learn. In other case, a job may give you less pay, but may offer regular employment that enhance your sense of security. Another job, however, may offer high pay but no job security and also leave no time for your family. This will reduce your sense of security and freedom. Similarly, for development, people look at a mix of goals. It is true that if a women are engaged in a paid work, their dignity in the household and society increase. However, it is also the case that if there is a respect for women, there will be more sharing of household and a greater acceptance outside. A safe and secure environment may allow more women to take up a variety of job or run a business. Hence, the development goal that people have are not only about better income but also about other important thing in life. National development. If, as we have seen above, individuals seek different goals, then their notion of national development is also likely to be different. Discuss among yourself on what India should do for development. Most likely, you would find that different students in the case have given different answer to the above question. Okay, here is the question. Let us first read the question. Because this is a classroom activity, that's why I skipped. But I think we should read it once. Why do different person have different notion of development? Which of the following explanation is more important and why? Because people are different. Because life situation a person are different. You have to like there is no any right or wrong answer of this. You have to give your opinion. Second, do the following two settle statement mean the same? Justify your answer. The first statement is people have different development and goal. People have conflicting different development and goal. So, what's your answer? Give some example where factor other than income are important aspect of your life. Friendship, your relationship, okay? Emotional bonding. Explain some of the important idea of the above section in your own word. So, in fact, you might yourself think of many different answer and not be too sure of any of this. It is very important to keep in mind that different person could have different as well as conflicting notion of country development. However, can all the idea be considered equally important? Or if there are conflict, how does one decide? What would be a fair and just path for all? We all have to think whether there is a better way to doing this thing. Would the idea benefit a large number of people or only a small number of people? National development means thinking about these questions. This work. Discuss the following situation. Look at the picture on the right. What should be development goal for such an area? Read this newspaper report and answer the question. First, a vessel dumped 500 tons of liquid toxic waste into the open air dump in a city and in the surrounding seas. This happened in a city called Abidjan in Ivory Coast, a country in Africa. The fumes from the highly toxic waste caused nausea, skin rashes, panting, diarrhea, etc. After a month, 7 persons were dead, 20 in hospital, and 26,000 treated from symptom of poisoning. A multinational company dealing in petroleum and metal had contracted a local company for the Ivory Coast to dispose the toxic waste from its ship. Who are the people who benefited and who did not? What should be development goal for the country? What can be some of the development goal for your village, town, or locality? Look at this activity one. If given the idea of what constitute development can be varied and conflicting, then certainly there can be different about ways of developing. If you know of any such controversy, try to find out argument advanced by the different people. You may do so by talking to different person or you may find it from the newspaper and television. Next, how to compare different country or state. You might ask if sorry, you might ask if development can mean different thing. How can some country are generally called developed and other country undeveloped? Before Before we come to this, let us consider another question. When we compare different things, they could have similarity as well as difference. Which aspect do we use to compare them? Let us look at student in the class itself. How do we compare different students? They differ in their height, health, talent, and interest. The healthiest student may not be the most studious one. The most intelligent student may not be the friendliest one. So, how do you compare student? The criteria we may use depend on the purpose of comparison. Comparison. We use different criteria to choose a sport team, a debate team, a music team, or a team organize a picnic. Still, it for some purpose we have to choose the criteria for the all around progress of children in class. How shall usually we take one or more important characteristic of person and compare them based on this characteristic. Of course, there can be differences about what are important characteristic that should the basis of comparison, spirit of cooperation, creativity or mark secure. This is true of development too. For comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attribute. Countries with higher income are more developed than other country with less income. This is based on the understanding that more income means more of all things that human being need. Whatever people like and should have, they will be able to get with greater income. So, greater income itself is considered to be one important goal. Now, what is the main income of a country? The income of the country is the income of all the residents of the country. This gives us the total income of the country. However, for comparison between country, total income is not such an useful measure. Since countries have different population, comparing total income will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. Are people in one country better off than other in a different country? Hence, we compare the average income, which is the total income of the country divided by its total population. The average income is called per capita income. In World Development Report brought out by the World Bank, this criteria is used in classifying countries. Country with per capita income of US dollar 1256 per annum and above in 2017 are called rich country, and those with per capita income of US dollar 955 or less are called low income country. India come in the category of low middle income country because its per capita income in 2017 was just US dollar 1820 per annum. The rich country, including countries of Middle East and certain other small countries, are generally called developed countries. Now we will understand average income. While averages are useful for comparison, they also hide disparities. For example, let us consider two countries, A and B. For the sake of simplicity, we have assumed that they have only 5 citizens each. Based on data given the table 1.2, calculate the average income for both of the country. Country A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and this is the income. The average will be X. Here, country B, you can see that one person is getting high and other is low, low, low. Average will be low. Will you be equally happy to live in both of this country? No. Are both equally developed? No. Perhaps some of us may like to live in a country B if we are assumed of being its fifth citizen. But if it is a lottery that decide our citizenship number, then perhaps most of us will prefer to live in country A, right? Even though both the country have identical average income, country A is preferred because it has more equitable distribution. In this country, people are neither very rich nor extremely poor. On the other hand, most citizens in country B are poor and one person is extremely rich. Hence, while average income in is useful for comparison, it does not tell us how this income is distributed among people. Country with no rich and no poor, country with rich and poor. It can be easily described by the picture. Income and other criteria. When we look at individual aspiration and goal, we find that people not only think of better income but also have goals such as security, respect for other, equal treatment, freedom, etc. in mind. Similarly, when we think of a nation or a region, we may, beside average income, think of other equally important attributes. What could this attribute be? Let us examine in this through an example. Table 1.3 given gives the per capita income of Haryana, Kerala, and Bihar. Actually, this figure are as per capita income state domestic product at the current price for 2015 and 16. Let us ignore what this complicated term exactly means. Roughly, we can take it to be the per capita income of the state. We find that of the three, Haryana has the highest per capita income. Look, Haryana has the highest, Kerala, then Bihar. Income. Bihar is at the bottom. This means that on an average, a person in Haryana earn rupees now 1 year, whereas average person in Bihar earn 31,451 this amount. So, if per capita income we were to be used as the measure of development, Haryana will be considered the most developed and the Bihar at the least developed state of the three. Now, let us look at certain other data performing of this stage given in table 1.4. Haryana infantry rate, this literacy rate, and net attendance ratio per 100%. Kerala and Bihar. You can see, right? So, what does this table show? The first column of the table shows that in Kerala, about 1,000 children born, 12 die before completing 1 year of the age. But in Haryana, the proportion of children dying with 1 year of birth was 36, which is 2 times more than the Kerala. On the other hand, the per capita income of Haryana is more than the Kerala, as shown in table 1.3. Just think of how dear you are to your parent. Think of how everyone is so happy when a children is born. Now, try to think of a parent whose children die before they even celebrate their first birthday. How painful it must be this how painful it must be to this parent. Next, note the year to which this data pertain in 2016. So we are not talking of too old time. It is nearly 70 years after the independence when our metro cities are full of high-rise building and shopping mall. The problem does not end with the infant mortality rate. The last column of the table 1.4 shows around half of the children aged 14 to 15 in Bihar are not attending school beyond class 8. This means that if you went to school in Bihar, nearly half of your elementary class would be missing. Those who could have been in a school are not there. If this had happened to you, you would not be able to read what you are reading now because you are in class 10. Public facility. How is it that the average person in Haryana has more income than the average person in Kerala but lags behind in this crucial area? The reason is money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. So, income by itself is not a completely adequate indicator of material goods and services that citizens are able to use. For example, normally your money cannot buy you a pollution free environment or ensure that you get unadulterated medicines unless you can afford to shift to a community that already had all these things. Money may also not be able to protect you from infections, disease unless the whole of your community take preservative step. Actually, for many of the important thing in life, the best way, also the cheapest way, is to provide these goods and services collectively. Just think, will it be cheaper to have collective security for the whole locality or each house to have its own security man? What if no one other than you in your house or locality is interested in studying? Would you be able to study? Mhm. Not unless your parent could afford to send you to some private school elsewhere. So, you are actually able to study because many other children also want to study, and because many people believe that the government school open schools and provide other facilities so that all children have a chance to study. Even now, in many areas, children, particularly girls, are not able to go to the high school because the government society has not provided adequate facilities. Kerala has low infant mortality rate because it has adequate provision of basic health and education facility. Similarly, in some states, the public distribution system (PDS) functions well. Health and nutritional status of people of such state is certainly like to be better. Here is some activity. We will, yep, activity 2. Study table 1.5 carefully and fill in the blank the following paragraph. For this, you may need to make calculation based on rural population. Literacy rate for rural children in 10 to 14. To Itna. Percentage of rural children is attending school. This. Activity 3 is more important. I think we should study this. And activity 2 is class activity. So 3, a way to find out if we are properly nourished to is to calculate what nutrition scientists call body mass index BMI. This is its student in Check the weight of each student in the classroom. Then take the height and drawn up a scale on the wall and measuring accurately with the head straight. Convert the height record in centimeter into meter. Divide the weight in kg by square of the height. The number you get is called BMI. Then look at the BMI for the age table given in the page 90 to 91. A student BMI could be within the normal range or less than overweight or obesity. For example, a girl's student is 14 and 8 month old and then the BMI is 15.2, then she is undernourished. Similarly, if the BMI of the boy is 15 years, 6 months and 28, then he is overweight. So these all are the body index mass. Human Development Report. Once it is realized that even though the level of income is important, yet it is inadequate measure of the level of development, we begin to think of other criteria. There could be a long list of such criteria, but then it would not be so useful. What we need is a small number of the most important things. Health and education indicators, such as the ones we used in comparison of Kerala and Haryana are among them. Over the past decade so, health and education indicator have come to be widely used along with income as a measure of development. For instance, Human Development Report published by UNDP compared and countries based on the educational level of the people, their health status and per capita income. It would be interesting to look at certain relevant data regarding India and its neighbor from Human Development Report 2018. Some data regarding India and its neighbor for 2017 is Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Pakistan. You have to go through. Now, sustainable development. So, what is sustainable development? Suppose for the present that a particular country is quite developed, we would certainly like this level of development to go up further or at least be maintained for future generation. This is obviously desirable. However, since the second half of the 20th century, the number of scientists have been warning that the present type and the level of development are not suitable. Groundwater in India, you can see here in this picture that every passing day the groundwater is depleting, like it's going below and below and below. You know, you have heard the story that it was a time when our grandparent or great grandparent were there in rainy season. The well were full, and today in today's scenario, you can see that there is no any well or any, like you if you are getting water, then it's from 12, 20, 15 feet under the ground. An example of renewable resources, right? So here this was all about the chapter. We have read about the sustainable development.